Health Canada finally came through. Wegovy was officially approved for sale in Canada on November 25th, 2021. Welcome back to the program, you beautiful people. My name is Dr. Dan. I am a pharmacist turned weight management specialist, and today we're talking about the new approval of Wegovy here in Canada. But before we dive into that, of course, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below so that you don't miss another episode. As well, check me out on my other channels at the official Dr. Dan. We're on the gram, the tick, the talk, the tweet, you name it, we are out there. As well, check out my website, healthcareevolve.ca, if you want to book a free consult with myself for some additional support, or if you just want to sign up for my weekly newsletter. So I honestly was not sure this approval was going to happen before the end of the year. We only had 5 days left in November. We were really cutting it down to the wire because God knows everybody pretty much checks out come December 1st and for the remainder of the year, especially government employees. But clearly, Health Canada had a very few motivated type A individuals that did not want to come back to a stack of applications on their desk in January. Anywho, while Wegovy, and it's still a terrible name, is approved by Health Canada, it will not be commercially available, so it will not be on the pharmacy shelves, probably about until the fall of 2022. Now, usually there is a bit of a slight delay between when a drug gets approved and when it will show up on the shelves and stuff like that, but this delay is a little bit longer than average. Now, Novo Nordisk, or Novo as we will from here on call them because Nordisk kept autocorrecting to Nordic on my Google Doc as I was typing this thing up. Don't ask me why that is or what that says about me and Google Docs. There probably is an actual word for Nordic that actually has some kind of definition out there, but I'm not going to be the one to Google it to try and find out. Now, Novo didn't state a particular reason for the delay, but I'm kind of suspecting, given that Novo had some supply issues with when Wegovy was officially approved in the States, as well with the general supply chain issues that are kind of happening globally, I'm suspecting the company wants to make sure they have a good supply of stock on hand before they put it out commercially here in Canada, because I suspect once it hits the shelves, it's probably going to get prescribed like hotcakes. But in the meantime, let's do a brief refresher as to what is Wegovy, what is Ozempic, and in case you haven't seen my other videos, definitely go and check them out. I go into a lot more detail, but I will give you guys the quick cliff notes here. So Wegovy is Ozempic, or semaglutide is the actual drug that is found within both of these medications. The difference being is that Wegovy has the indication for obesity management and will be dosed at 2.4 milligrams once per week, whereas Ozempic has only the indication for diabetes management and can only go to a max dose of 1 milligram once per week. So they are exactly the same drug, just different names and different dosages. And in reality, Novo could have submitted another application for Ozempic under the name Ozempic for obesity management to obtain that indication. But when they get to go and change the name, that ultimately allows them to extend their patent on the medication. So that allows them to extend the time before a drug company can suddenly start producing a generic molecule and sell it at a lower price than what they want to sell their current drug at. And therefore, the said drug company will be able to continue making a nice, healthy profit on their medication for a few extra years. Now, you might be thinking in this case, maybe we should call them Novo Nordics, but they really aren't the ones to blame. They really are just using the system that is currently in place in order to serve the interest of their shareholders as a for-profit company. The better option for you would be to blame your government and invest in Novo. All right, I will step off my soapbox now, and I will step off of it so I can talk about the STEP trials. That actually worked out quite beautifully, to be honest. So the STEP trials were the clinical landmark trials that were completed in order to demonstrate the efficacy of Wegovy in managing obesity. And if we look at the STEP 3 trial in particular, participants were provided with Wegovy at a dose of 2.4 milligrams once per week, and they were compared to a group that got only the placebo. They were then monitored over a 68-week period, and the individuals that were on Wegovy lost on average about 16% of their baseline body weight. And almost a third, one third, or 33% of individuals lost nearly 20% of their baseline body weight. Like, holy ducking Batman. These are the kind of results that we get from bariatric surgery, not from medications. And in fact, this could very well be the beginning of the end for bariatric surgeries, as we have a whole bunch of agents that are currently in the pipeline that are showing some tremendous results in terms of weight management. Now, the next question I've been receiving a lot is, how much is this going to cost in Canada? So, to give you a bit of a perspective, if we look at Ozempic at a dose of 1 milligram once per week, the monthly cost right now is anywhere from $200 to $230 per month. And as we increase to the dose of 2.4 milligrams once per week, we can pretty much assume the cost is going to be anywhere of $400 plus per month. I'm wagering it's going to be approximately $430 per month, which is the cost of Saxenda, the sister molecule to Wegovy, currently on the market that is the only other GLP-1 receptor agonist that is used in managing obesity. And guess what? Saxenda just so happens also to be made by Novo, so it's much more likely they're going to match the price of it versus trying to outprice one over the other. At least until the patent then expires on Saxenda, then they might bring the price of Wegovy down. Like I said, go invest in Novo. So there is no doubt that this drug is going to be expensive. However, this delay in it getting to the pharmacy shelves might be a good thing. You see, it will give Novo more time to talk to insurance companies to negotiate, pay off, do whatever they need to do to get Wegovy listed on these insurance companies' formularies. The public payers like Alberta Blue Cross and OHIP and stuff like that will probably be considerably further behind just because they're government and, well, government is slow on everything. I'm very optimistic that they will get approval for Wegovy from the public payers as well, as it's going to be pretty hard to deny not providing coverage for this medication just because it is so effective at what it does in managing obesity. Now, the final thing that I want to mention about Wegovy, and it's going to require me to step back onto the soapbox here. Right now, Ozempic comes as a reusable pen, so you can get multiple doses out of the exact same pen. You just need to change the needle tip. It also has a lovely little dial knob where you can go up by a certain number of clicks versus just going to 0.25, zero point 0.5, and 1 milligram and such. So you can really get a customized dose for you and your individual experience. The reason why this is so amazing is because Ozempic or semaglutide is potent AF. It is very effective at what it does, but it also has a pretty potent set of side effects for some individuals. So being able to customize your dose and do like halfway in between doses and stuff like that allows you to hopefully avoid some of the potential side effects. Wegovy, on the other hand, will be just a one shot and done. It has the needle, pen, everything all contained in one. You do a single injection with that pen, and then you throw the said pen into a sharps container. Now, the one dose per pen thing will probably be good from the perspective of like user error and just ease of use and such like that, but they've automatically taken away that ability to customize your dose. Unfortunately, the pen you get is the dose you get, and I suspect there's going to be a few people that are going to have a really bad time. Nonetheless, I suspect a number of clinicians, including myself, are actually probably still going to use Ozempic in order to customize a patient's dose to get them up to some tolerable dose that we want them to be on, and then we will switch them over to Wegovy. A bit of a pain in the ass, but it is in the best interest of the patients where Novo kind of dropped the ball. And finally, we need to look at, well, if we're using one pen per dose, that's a whole bunch of extra plastic and waste, and we need to be thinking about the environment. So I'm really hoping that Novo is also looking into some kind of recycling program. Anywho, that is just a couple of my critiques. No hard feelings, Novo, but honest criticism can always help us to grow and be better. So that is all for now, you beautiful people. Wegovy will be here in Canada soon. And as I said, this is just the beginning. There are a number of agents that are currently in the pipeline that'll be hitting the markets here in the near future, a couple of years from now. So be sure to stay tuned and stay safe. And before I officially sign off here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss another episode. As well, check me out on my other channels at The Official Dr. Dan. And of course, hit me up on my website, healthcareevolved.ca, where you can book a free consult with myself, or you can sign up for my weekly newsletter where you'll get the videos, you'll get everything that I'm doing and what's going on. So be sure to tune in, and always remember, everybody, small tweaks lead to massive